Okay, so there's a new Stephen King movie dropping called The Long Walk, and the hype, it is absolutely off the charts. Critics are already calling it a new horror classic, and we are going to break down exactly why.
But hey, before we dive into all the gnarly details, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You are not going to want to miss what we've got coming up.
All right, let's just start with the bombshell, shall we? Critic Nick Shagger over at the Daily Beast is calling this the best Stephen King movie in years. I mean, that is a huge statement. We're talking about the legacy of The Shining, Misery, The Shawshank Redemption, and this is supposedly the best in years.
But then, right next to all that insane praise, Shagger hits us with one single powerful word to describe it: bleak. So yeah, probably not the best choice for a first date movie. Just saying.
So what is the big deal here? Well, this story actually comes from one of King's early novels, back when he was writing as Richard Bachman. And those Bachman books, they were famous for being mean, nasty, and, you guessed it, bleak. It's the kind of dystopian nightmare that inspired everything from Battle Royale to the Hunger Games. Okay, let's get into the rules of what is basically the most messed up game show in history. The rules sound simple, but trust me, they are absolutely brutal.
So here's how this nightmare works. First up, a national lottery, and I'm using air quotes here, chooses 50 teenage boys to compete.
They have one single soul-crushing rule. You have to maintain a walk-in pace of at least 3 miles per hour. No stopping, no slowing down, ever.
And if you drop below that pace, for any reason at all, you get a warning, but you only get 3. After that third warning, you get your ticket. And that ticket is probably the most chilling euphemism I have ever heard because it means a soldier puts a bullet in your head. Game over. But for the one kid left standing at the end of all this, the grand prize is insane wealth and a single wish for literally anything they want. Which, brings up the real question. Is any wish worth all this?
All right, let's meet the boys who give this absolute death march its heart and soul. These are the kids you're going to be rooting for and probably crying over.
So our main guy is Raymond. He's from Maine, which is the exact state where the walk is happening. That makes him the hometown hero, with all the crowds cheering for him.
Next is Peter McFreeze. He pretty much immediately becomes Ray's best friend out there on the road, his partner in this whole nightmare. And let me tell you, their bond is the absolute core of this story.
And of course, every story needs a jerk, right? Well, meet Gary Barkovich. The review calls him a prototype of King Cretins to come, which is just the most perfect way to describe that one smug, annoying guy you just love to hate. And the guy running this whole horrifying show? The Major, played by the one and only, the legend, Mark Hamill. He's this cold-blooded military commander who thinks this slaughter is some kind of patriotic sport. And this right here, this is really the heart of the movie. Even though Ray and Peter are walking for different reasons, even though they want different things from the prize, they end up forming the absolute tightest alliance on that road.
So, you're probably thinking, wait, is this just a bunch of sad kids walking until they die? And, well, yeah, kinda, but it is also so much more than that. Okay, this is where the story goes from just being scary to being real. It's not just a horror story. It's a terrifyingly relevant allegory for the world we live in right now.
I mean, the movie just tears into how an authoritarian government can basically train its own people to accept and even cheer for their own destruction. It's all about how propaganda can turn unimaginable suffering into a national sport and convince everyone that this self-destruction is somehow progress. Chilling stuff, right? But even in this ridiculously bleak, hopeless world, the story manages to find this tiny little sliver of hope. And man, it delivers one final, massive gut punch of a message. And this, right here, is the film's biggest takeaway. The boys, they start helping each other. They share their food, they cheer each other on, they literally hold each other up when they're about to fall. Their friendship becomes this small act of rebellion. The reviewer mails it when he says, in a system designed to crush your humanity, the greatest defense you have is brotherhood.
And that leaves us with one huge final question for you. In a world that feels so broken, is that really enough? Can simple human connection, can friendship actually save us?
Seriously, I want to know what you think. Drop your answer to that question down in the comments. Let's really get a conversation going on this.
And there you have it, our deep dive into The Long Walk. If you dug this, do us a solid and hit that like button. And definitely subscribe for more explainers like this. Thanks for hanging out with us.